In this video, I'm going to say how to import this data into SAS. So if you remember what we have discussed in the last video, data step is the important to handle the data set. So basically, you read the data set in the data step, and then you change it and prepare the data set for the data analysis. So the importing the data is a very important step to prepare your data. So let's look at this first example. So we have the grades in the high school. So we have ID, gender, school type, reading, writing, mathematics, science, and social the social course. And SAS code is, so here we have, we first write this data for data step. So data HS grade. So which means that, so we have, we declare our data set is to be the HS grade, and we say the input, which is the variable name, ID, gender, school type, and etc. And then data lines. And after data lines, you enter the data on here. So you enter ID, gender, school type, and scores in other courses. And then make sure that you need to put the semicolon in each line for SAS. And then finally you finish this code by this run and put the semicolon. And for commenting the SAS code, so you can put this slash star and end with star slash. So as R, if you run this line, then it doesn't execute. So please make sure that you use different symbol for commenting compared to R. So R, you use the sharp symbol, but here we use the slash, star, and slash. And then for data statement, so as I said, this data statement is declaring your data set data name, data object name in the SAS. So HS grade is the name in SAS, and it should start with letter and has no more than 32 characters. An input statement declares the variables. So we have 7 variables, and here the $sign following the variable scheduled school types indicates that it's a character variable, not the numeric. So if you want to create the character variable, then you need to use this $sign here. The data lines indicates us that okay, we are going to start the data set after there's the data lines, and run is to execute the data program, and this run statement is with semicolon statement is very important. So every data step and proc step ends with this run with semicolon. And for group program practice, you add the additional comments as we did in R, and we indent line runs dataset and the run statement so that you can see where the data starts. Then you open the SAS file and click this running man, and then click the log, and then to print out data, to use the output window, and then you can check this with proc print, and then you can see your SAS data set in the work, in the library work, and the work library is a default, but this is temporary, like R. So if you have in the R you have object, then if you do not permanently store them, then it will be removed when you finish the R, like that. If you finish your SAS session, then this dataset and work library will be removed. So for direct data input, if you can do that, then it has some advantages. But the problem is that for large data, that would be the problem. So in this case, we can use this in-file statement to read the data set. So for the in-file, you specify the path where your data set is stored, and then you declare the variables. So here I call the data by hsgrade.text, and the first OBS equal to 2 means that we skip the first row and then start to read from the second row. And this proc print is you just print out this data. So we have discussed the importing data into SAS. So you can directly input the data, but we use the more by using the importing the external data using the in-file statement. Okay, so I will talk about more about this basics of SAS in the next video.